Propositions 65 and 67 about these single-use grocery bags need to be considered together. They were put on the ballot by the same proponent and are joined at the hip by a confusing, conflicting measures provision that's in Prop 65. Now, Prop 67 is unusual. It's a referendum rather than an initiative. A referendum allows the people to vote to approve or disapprove a law that has already been passed by the legislature. The law in question here, SB 270, passed in 2014 and would have gone into effect in 2015 if signatures had not been collected to require its consideration by the voters. Now, the law that passed would create a uniform statewide ban on single-use carry-out bags, while allowing distribution of recycled paper bags and compostable bags as long as the consumer is charged at least 10 cents each. It also allows sale or free distribution of reusable bags like this one that meet certain requirements, including that they're designed for at least 125 uses. This law, though it passed, will not go into effect unless Prop 67, this referendum, is passed by a majority of voters. If you vote yes, the bag ban goes into effect. If you vote no, it does not. The 10-cent bag charge required in SB 270, which we're voting on in Prop 67, is the subject of Prop 65, which is an initiative. Now, the legislature provided for this 10-cent charge after the ban to ensure that the cost of the bags would not be subsidized by consumers who bring their own bags. It does allow the stores to keep the money from the bag sales, but to use it for only three purposes: costs associated with complying with the law, the actual cost of actually providing the bags, and the costs associated with education they do to encourage the use of reusable bags. Proposition 65 finds and declares that the plastic bag ban law was enacted, and I quote, after lobbying by special interests, unquote, and that this special interest deal, that's Prop 65's words, will give stores over $400 million in added revenue a year. They're adding up those 10-cent charges statewide, with little or no benefit to the environment. That's also a quote. Prop 65's solution is to require the stores to disgorge all of the money paid for bags, apparently with no provision for subtracting the cost of purchasing them, into a new state environmental protection and enhancement fund that would provide grants for a number of noted environmental purposes. So, how do these interact? If Prop 67 does not pass, then the ban on single-use bags, mostly plastic bags, will not go into effect, and there won't be any 10-cent charges collected pursuant to a state law that bans free distribution of carry-out bags. Now, if Prop 67 fails, it would not eliminate existing city or county bag ordinances. If Prop 67 passes, the statewide ban goes into effect. If 67 passes and Prop 65 fails, the bag fees can be kept by the stores to use for the stated purposes. If Prop 67 passes and Prop 65 also passes, if there are more votes for Prop 67, the referendum, than for Prop 65, the bag revenue stays with the stores. If Prop 65 passes with more votes than Prop 67, the revenue goes to the state for environmental programs. Note that stores would not be required under these circumstances to sell any bags. If Prop 67 fails and Prop 65 passes, any future attempt to create a statewide plastic bag ban probably would be affected by its provisions.